Larry, how you doing?
How are you?
This is your beautiful part of the world?
Yeah, beautiful part of the world, beautiful car of the world.
And beautiful car of the world. And what are you driving?
It's a 39 Packard standard 120 series.
And how long have you had it for?
Oh, 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay, who'd you buy it off?
Noel Shorter, he's with the Sydney member of the club.
Ah, did you find any ping pong balls in the car?
Yes.
If you open up the passenger door, I'll get in there.
Right.
Ah, right. Everything's original?
I think it's pretty original. Yeah, there's that's not. But yeah, it's got the original factory push button radio, and the clock probably came with hands on it, but we don't take too much notice of clocks in radio in old motor cars. It's got a factory heater, overdrive on the second and third gears. It's basically the way the car would have been delivered probably from Buckles in Sydney back in 1939.
Do you tend to drive it that much?
I don't drive any of my old cars much, but I like driving this one. It's a nice car, it's got nice road appeal, and people don't see many of these sorts of cars about.
What do you actually like driving about it?
I think it's a reminder of the era that I was a child in, and it's just so totally different from anything else that you drive these days. It's a bit of a handful. It doesn't brake like the other cars, and as somebody said to me that you've got to watch the brakes, and I said they seem to brake all right. It'll stop from 70 miles an hour, and he said yes, but if you stop it at 70 miles an hour, you'll need to have a coffee break. And I said, oh, it's not that frightening. He said, no, you'll need to have a coffee break for the brakes to cool down enough to be able to drive it again. Hadn't thought of that, because you don't figure that with modern cars.
Do you ever get it up to 70 miles an hour?
Oh, cripes, yes, it'll do 70 easy.
Is that right?
Yeah. Put it into overdrive. I don't know that I'd want to be driving it at 80, but it's got ordinary cross-ply tyres on it, but it's sit on the road all day at 110k.
And it doesn't overheat?
No, brilliant for heating, because once the full vents are open up the front, I don't know whether the vents are open on the front, but as the engine heats up, the thermostat control is the vents on the grille. I don't know when they started doing that, but certainly that's what it does in this car.
Okay, well, okay, let's take it back to the garage,
yeah,
and
righto.
we can, I'll just hopefully, and there you go. I'll just keep that on you.
We'll go this way so that we can drive a big loop and get straight into the garage without having to do backwards and forwards.
Okay. A stable here of Rolls Royces and Bentleys.
Yes, yeah.
How does the Packard compare to the Bentleys?
A bit hard to compare, because the youngest or the oldest of the Rolls crew is this one, which is a 61 S2 Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
It's got an 8-cylinder motor, but it's a V8, and it's 1960, 1939. There's a big difference in the big age gap, but this is still a very comparable motor car. No power steering, no automatic transmission. Power steering, automatic transmission, but it's still got drum brakes, still got a live rear axle. I think if I was doing 100 miles an hour, I'd rather be in that than this, but I'd rather not be in either of them at that speed. They're just too old. The later models, Rolls, is the Shadow series. They've got disc brakes all round, and they're a thoroughly modern motor car. But this is old technology, and Packard did it very well.
And people appreciate it.
Well, I don't know whether they actually appreciate it. They just haven't ever seen much like it. There's just not that many of these older cars that you see even at car shows these days. And Packard, to give them credit, they were a leader of the pack when it came to technology and modern things. And you look at the radio in there and you say, well, It's got no radio aerial. How do they get reception? Well, the radio aerials were built under the running boards on the side of the car. I don't think anybody else did that. That was just something that Packard did to keep it tidy.
You had a pretty serious accident about 9 months ago.
Yeah. I got a bit too close and cuddly to a dirty big concrete slab and it squashed my pelvis. So I'm still recovering from that. I can now walk, but there's still things I can't do that I could do 9 months ago.
Lawrie, well, thanks for showing us around. Thanks for giving Packard access to your car, and I hope you continue to improve. And
I tell people I won't get any better because I'm already that good. But I know that there's a little bit of delusion in there.
Oh, well, that's right. Yeah. Well, that's any man that drives a Packard has to have a little bit of delusion.
Yeah, ask the man who owns one.
Ask the man who owns one. Thanks for everything, Lawrie.
All right. Nice to see you.
No trouble.